I'm at the end of the marathon and I can see the finish line. I just got to like coast and not collapse.
Welcome to Under the Sun Podcast. I'm Ilea.
And I'm Irene. Grab a cup of coffee and your comfiest sweats and join us every Monday as two best friends discuss everything from raising free-range gremlins to business and really everything under the sun.
Let's get started, and thanks for being here. Hi. That was so much air in the podcast. It feels like it's been a minute because we've had guests.
Oh, yeah. It hasn't been just us in a while.
It's been a while from us being ourselves.
Oh, no.
You know? Like, we kind of try to rein back our...
Yeah.
At least I do.
On the note of us being ourselves, do I have anything in my nose? But really.
No. But
as we hyper-focus these cameras on our faces.
I definitely forgot to brush my teeth today. So.
Oh, no.
Well, okay. Dave threw off my whole routine.
Oh, no.
Leo accidentally... Well, we're trying to like get her to brush her own teeth, which is going well. But she grabbed my toothbrush. Yeah. And apparently started like shoving it down the sink. Because like I had to clean. Anyways. And so Dave was like, we need a toothbrush for you. Then he got me a new toothbrush, but then he set it upstairs and I used the downstairs bathroom to get ready. And so when I went to go get ready this morning, I went to go like, I was like, oh, it's not in here. I'll go upstairs. And then I ended up leaving to go to the meat locker and all these things. Yeah. And plot twist, I'm still nasty and I have stinky coffee breath.
That's okay.
Don't look close. Get out of here.
Well, I'm throwing this shirt away because I hate it.
Why?
I don't know. I just hate it. Every time I wear it, I'm like, why do I wear this shirt? I hate it. But also, it's that fake silk material.
Yeah. It's like you touch it a certain way, like your whole body goes,
well, that doesn't happen to me. But when I sweat, it like, no matter whatever I do, it always smells. And I wash it in vinegar. And it's happened to me before with another black shirt I have. Remember that black shirt I used to wear that has like kind of shorter sleeves? Mm-hmm. Used to wear it all the time because I love the way it like lays.
Yeah.
But it just holds on to smells. So
and we're a smelly group.
We're a smelly group. So as I had clients today and I'm blow drying like this, I was like, oh gosh, I'm throwing this stupid shirt away. So that's that. But it's long enough that when I wear tights, I can basically wear it like a dress. So that's
nice.
You know, so I don't know. But also I'm throwing it in the garbage.
Okay, so
that's all.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yes.
If I were to make you a 5-gallon bucket of laundry detergent what?
5 gallons.
So 5 gallons.
Okay.
And like, but I put the first gallon in like a old plastic water jug that you'd like, you dispense it out into like an old, measuring cup and then you did your laundry.
Yeah.
Would that be an appropriate Christmas gift that you would like?
Yes.
Okay. Because Dave told me, he's like, nobody wants laundry detergent for Christmas.
I do.
And I was like, okay.
I do.
I'd rather
Jake
give
says
someone
to most of the gifts that I suggest too. So maybe we just ignore them.
Time and something thoughtful that like they can actually use instead of just like, I don't know.
Yes.
I want Christmas to be intentional this year. What are we even talking about?
I want Christmas to be full of food and relaxing.
Yeah.
And no pressure of, oh crap, so-and-so got me a gift. I didn't get him anything. I just want
Mm-hmm. I think I'm just going to do really simple like things that we've made and not like I've made like laundry detergent, like oil of oregano, garlic, honey, like things like that.
Yeah.
Like fermented, all these things. And
well, I was going to crochet everybody's slippers and Christmas is in like 2 months and that's not happening. I was really ambitious. Really ambitious in July when I bought all this yarn.
You bought all the yarn.
I was like, now I have to make it.
That's not how it works.
Also, it's not how it works.
That's really sweet, though.
I did make a little coffee koozie that I think I still might try because I can make that in like 2 episodes of New Frasier. But it fits on those size jars. And I made it for my, like, you never make anything for yourself. So I'm like, I'm going to make something for myself this time. Made it. I put it on my cup. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, where did it go? Well, it is now Riker's stuffed animals blanket. No, it's his baby blanket. He needs it because he's cold. And every time I steal it back, he steals it right back. He's like, that's Rocky's. I'm like, okay, well, that's Rocky's.
Oh, the one thing you make yourself. That's motherhood.
Because I didn't take it away from him. I just sneak it away from him and then he sneaks it back.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, I love it. I think it's funny that he just was so sweet. He's like, no, Rocky's really cold today.
I think it's your kids that have ignited my kid into her like stuffed animal era.
Yeah.
Because she wakes up, like, I'm not kidding, she like wakes up and her eyes are all like, sleepy and her hair is crazy.
Yeah.
And then she goes to her Winnie the Pooh that like she accidentally got.
Yeah.
And she like goes and grabs it and she carries it to me. She goes, here you go. And then she goes and one by one grabs everything, every
that's
single
so
stuffed animal.
sweet.
And then we group hug. And then she takes them back one by one. And then we do that like 20 times.
Oh my goodness.
And well, like we're trying to get her to like go to bed without like nursing or needing to cuddle like for nap time.
yeah.
And so I say like, oh, like put your stuffed animals to bed. And then she like puts them in and puts their blanket over and goes, night, night. And they go to bed. She doesn't, but
Of course.
it's fine.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
sweet though.
Anyways, what else is going on?
Well, we have lots of updates. We thought we'd do a full podcast on updates because we always think, oh, that's not going to take 20 minutes. And then 2 hours later, we're still talking. So we'll just make this an update episode.
And people strangely like it when we just ramble. Like there are episodes that I was like, oh, we shouldn't post this. This is dumb. Like no one's going to like this. And then people are like, this is so fun. I felt like I was sitting with my friends. And I'm like, why are you listening to us? But also like,
But those are my favorite people to watch on Instagram.
mm-hmm.
Apparently, like, you know, you just think you're friends with someone, but you're not. You just watch their stuff. Someone I follow on Instagram who I love following. I missed it. Whatever happened yesterday, I caught it.
Sorry.
I caught today during my lunch break that she was like, I cannot believe the amount of messages I got. Like people were calling me names. I was like, what did I miss? And from what I could catch, from what I could kind of gather from what she was saying, I think she hot glue gunned her carpet was rolling up and she hot glue gunned it to her floor.
Oh.
And people were up in arms, apparently, like calling her all these names. Like she was really like frustrated that people were calling her names. She's like, I know there are carpet things. I know there. She's like, I have all of those. I didn't want to go get it. I had a hot glue gun. Like, get over it.
And like hot glue gun, like glue is so easy to get up.
Yeah, and that's what she said. She's like, I didn't ruin my floor. I peeled it right up when I was done with it. So I don't know what I missed, but apparently the internet was in an uproar. But as her like not friend, I'm like, how dare they? Like, just use the hot glue. So it's funny.
Why are people so like honestly they're desperate for somebody to listen to their opinion.
Yeah.
And they go to the internet and then they get their little dopamine hit for making their stupid little comment.
Yeah.
That like doesn't change the person's mind.
No.
It actually just makes them dislike you.
Well, and that's
more.
what she said was, and if I happen to ruin my hardwood floor, it doesn't matter to you. You
Yeah.
don't live here. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she said something like, I was going to block people, but I'm not going to block you. You deserve to watch my mess. And I was like, yeah.
We should that's a sure is like oh, shoot, I now forgot it. You said something about like it's not your hardwood.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. But that's the whole point is you don't have to live it. Like you don't have if it doesn't personally affect your life and you're just watching a reel, just don't comment. Just don't be so dumb. Okay, can I say something before we get into this?
Yeah.
Did you see the whole Kat Von D thing?
Bits and pieces.
So, in case you don't know, Kat Von D was on like LA Ink. She's a tattoo artist. She's now like a musician. She's been on TV, but she has, dabbled in witchcraft for a long, long time. And this is all kind of very relevant because we just had a podcast on witchcraft.
Yeah.
But she, a couple of years ago, unbeknownst to all of her followers and stuff, but she is a Christian now and she got baptized and posted her baptismal, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Because I think we talked with Chris that there's been just a lot of activity happening in the demonic world, but then also like God is just as active as the demonic. I mean, more active, and she has 9.9 million followers or something crazy like that, and she's posting about her faith and
that's amazing.
things that are important to
because
her.
most people would be too worried to lose people. They would just do it and not announce it. So good for her.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's it. I was excited about that because she was on Allie Beth Stuckey's podcast on Monday, and I've never clicked an episode link so fast.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go watch that
because
I don't know anything about her career or her anything except her eyeliner is amazing.
Oh yeah, she has a
but
makeup line too.
That's my introduction to her was makeup. But
yeah, and I remember her because I don't know, was it on MTV? I don't remember what station it was on, but back like when it was on, I was young. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a whole sleeve, and then now I have one tattoo. You'll never know what it is. I'm just kidding. You will. And now, like, no more tattoos because of the heavy metals that are in it.
Yeah.
And we should have a whole podcast on that.
Well, I watched a video that removing tattoos is more dangerous than getting a tattoo.
Okay, I don't know.
Because it said the tattoo ink, they had a graph of all the layers of the skin. And mind you, I was watching over Jake's shoulder and I was half asleep, so I could be butchering most of it. But you have all the layers of the skin, and the tattoo ink sits somewhere in here. But when they go to break it, so the body knows like, okay, it's in there. You're getting like microdose from it, but for the most part, it's not harmful. When they go in and like puncture the skin to start breaking it up with a laser, it disperses, and that's when it goes into your bloodstream. So according to this reel that I have no way to even like link or tell you how to find, that I overheard when I was half asleep, it's more dangerous to remove it because then you have like, it actually hits your bloodstream at that point.
Well, I think it always hits your bloodstream.
Just in microdoses versus like a full laser dose.
Well, like you get a tattoo and it tells your body foreign object, foreign object. It's just like when you get like when women get breast implants. It's like it's not natural, and your body immediately starts attacking it. And oh my gosh, we should do an episode on breast plant illness.
Yes.
Oh, that we
only
should
if you can find
somebody.
graphics.
What do you mean find graphics?
I don't know, for the podcast, for the video.
Like charts?
Well, like you can see like infected breast tissue, which is morbid and gross.
Well, you
but
can just
more
like
harmful.
honestly, you just go search on Instagram breast implant illness. Say that 10 times fast, and you can see the visual differences in a woman's face. Like
Interesting.
Like,
I've never seen those.
it's usually people are like, oh, it couldn't be the breast. This is a tangent. Oh my gosh, guys. So a woman gets breast implants. God,
Pictured like a tree.
foliage. So she gets breast implants, and then she's fine for 3 to 6 months, and then her body is basically exhausted from trying to get this foreign object
Interesting.
out and like fight this. It's just a foreign object. Like it's not supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
And then like, months 6 through 12 are usually like that's when the autoimmune stuff starts building up, and then it gets worse and worse. And you can see it in the women's eyes, and their eyes and their
Interesting.
scleratus is all just like veiny and gray.
Yeah.
And you can see, it's like I've seen women post photos of like before breast plant. Oh my God. Before breast implants, during breast implants, and then after they've been extracted.
Yeah.
Which is a like 3-year waiting list in the US because
Oh my
nobody ever
gosh.
pulls them out. They just get, either replaced or just left in there.
Yeah.
And it's really hot. It can get like moldy and like, it's just
yep,
like,
I've seen those. That's gross.
just don't do it. And
Yeah.
that, like, I know who am I? I never thought I'd say this, but
Yeah.
don't get a sleeve if you can control it. Like I have one tattoo and I don't regret it, but I wanted a whole sleeve. I still want a sleeve.
Yeah.
But I don't want the toxins that come with it because
Yeah.
our body sees it as a foreign object and tries to attack it. And I'd rather it attack viruses
Yeah.
and bacteria, and like I'd rather just be thriving than feel cool.
Yeah.
With a sleeve.
I don't have tattoos because I can't handle something being permanent. Something we've talked about a lot before on this podcast is just taking care of yourself and filling your tank and nurturing yourself. Well, we have been really loving in my family the BioRay line. I know Dave uses a lot of it. You give a lot of it to the baby.
Yeah.
They have some really cool stuff like adrenal drops if you are a severe accidental drink only coffee all day, no water, and need some help with your adrenals. My kid loves the pooper one because she has some gut issues we're working with. There's a tummy, anything you can think of, both in adult and kid version. They also have a new teen version out there. So most of the drops go by weight. That's super helpful for me when I'm in a hurry.
It's very simple. Like you can go to their website and you basically tell them what you're kind of struggling with, and they kind of like curate this like protocol for you.
Yeah.
So
Super awesome.
it's really awesome. Just go take that course real quick. And if you decide to buy something and you're like, yep, this is for me, use our code.
Yeah, UTSP10 for 10% off your purchase. That helps us continue to do this podcast, which we love to do. And I know, like, there's nothing in my life that is so permanent that I felt the need that it was emotionally enough for me to get it on my skin. And now even with the kids, like I've even tried to rethink, like, what would I get for the kids? And I'm like, nothing. I have my kids.
Yeah.
Or a million stretch marks, but
Run until
I
that.
just know if there was something on my skin and I decided I hated it one day, which I've done with piercings before, if I couldn't take it out,
Yeah.
it would irk me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I change my nail color every other day and they're gels, so that tells
Yeah.
you how impatient I am with permanency, but
I could see maybe a Bible verse of like some type of reminder because
Yeah.
like I'm very dumb. Not
Yeah.
dumb, but like I'm smart, but like I just forget easily,
Yeah.
and I could maybe use like a solid reminder like
yeah.
don't be dumb.
Well, I wanted to look at the ink box a little bit. I would need to look at what their ingredients are. It's a not semi-permanent.
Oh,
very
it's like
temporary tattoo, but you can upload your designs and they'll send you the ink and it lasts like 3 months or so.
That can't be good.
I can't be good, but I'm like, well, is it like henna? Because henna is technically natural, but it's not like henna because it doesn't spread. So I don't know. Probably terrible. I don't know. Do your own research. But that was a thought. Like I would put something on just for a little bit if I knew for sure it would go away. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at with that.
What a tangent. Sorry.
I love it. Well, we have podcasty news.
Yeah, we do.
That correlates with my life news. And that is that we're moving, not out of state. I tried. Didn't work. But we are moving locations.
For the podcast.
For the podcast and for my business. We're actually closing down my storefront salon and spa, which I've gone through all of the emotions for. From, did I just waste 4 years of my life? Well, look at all this time I'm never going to get back. Am I actually going to make my money back selling all the stuff? Like so many different things. We told the staff the last week of October, I think. Was it the last? Somewhere around that time. So we gave them till the end of November to find somewhere else to work at. Which that was another one. I was like, I can't believe I have to tell all of my staff that we're not having a business anymore right before Christmas. Right before the busiest season of all of our lives, which actually everybody took it better than I expected, which was helpful. But so the long story is our rent here has been under negotiation. Every year it goes up, and every year we negotiate it back down to what we can reasonably and are willing to afford. So every year it's gone up a little bit. And this year it's going up pretty much double, a little bit over doubling. And he wants a 3 to 5 year lease. And in this economy, it's just not the time to double your rent and sign a lease that you're stuck with forever. So we tried all of our negotiating, all of our like conversations to get it back down. And he pretty much said he'd rather have the building sit empty than rent it to us at the price that we are comfortable paying for the next 3 years. So lots of feelings with that too, because the building is paid off. So I'm like, okay, would you rather it sit empty? Like you don't have to pay a mortgage on it, so why don't you wiggle with us? But also, all the things I had to process, his business. So I'm going down to a private suite.
Back up though, like just in case someone doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like, will you tell them what your business was, like what was going on?
Yeah. So I have a 4,100 square foot salon and spa. We do everything from manicures, pedicures, massage, facials, waxing,
and you
extensions, perm. I own it with my husband. We opened in October of 2019 with one employee because the salon that was here went out of business the prior July. Was coincidentally the salon that I worked at almost right out of my second salon right out of cosmetology school.
And when I worked here too.
She sure did. I always forget about that. When I was here all those years ago, it was like flourishing. There were 28, 29 people on staff. We had breadings.
You had breading.
We had
wow.
Bridal parties. Bridal parties and weddings every weekend. We were full. We were open Monday through Saturday. So I know what the space can be if it's run well and everything's going well. Well, the owner that I worked for retired. She sold it to a guy who immediately ran it into the ground. Almost all of the employees left. And right at that time, we opened up my old salon inside of my husband's production company. That way I could do my normal like highlights and stuff that I love and then still go on video shoots with him. And it was all pretty much in the same building. And then every time this business went for sale again, we would kind of see it on Facebook every few years and we're like, that's funny. It's for sale again. Maybe we should buy it. No, we're leaving the state. Then it finally went completely out of business July of 2019. And we saw it for sale again for a really low amount. And I was like, that's weird. It's for sale again. Look at this price, which we still wouldn't have paid that price for it. But we kind of thought about it. And it's at that point we decided not to move out of state. So we're like, well, we're here. We might as well. I know what it can be if it's run well. And Jake has all the marketing with his video production company. So we bought it. We didn't buy the business. We were very careful when we bought the stuff. because the lady we bought it from was the most recent owner's creditor when she went out of business. So we purchased the equipment in here. Like, so there's hanging blow dryers. There's like 12 hair stations, all the massage beds, all the manicure, pedicure tables, like the stuff in here
Salon
is what we
bowls.
bought. Yeah. All of those things. So I think the first contract said the sale of the equipment belonging to the old salon's name, or when we sent it back, we're like, we're not signing any document that has the prior salon's name on it because we don't know like what tax trouble they're in, like if they're in tax, like nothing to do with it. So finally we have a bill of sale for all of the supplies and equipment and furniture inside of this location for cash. We didn't go into debt for it. It was bought outright. And then we started the trajectory and we're like, sweet, recession-proof business. Woohoo. And then COVID. So we went through COVID and we kind of had the thought, because we'd only been open October. I think in our first 3 months, we made $15,000 total between me and 2 other employees in 3 months. Mm-hmm. So when COVID hit, they didn't deem us as a real business because we'd only made $15,000. So they were like, sorry, we don't care if you have employees. You don't qualify for any assistance. So we're like, whatever. We paid cash for everything. Like, we can still afford to pay our rent. So we paid our rent all the way through COVID, even though not everybody else did. Not
and
in
you
this
had the
building,
option
but like
too.
we had the options to just defer it. And we're like, nope, let's just keep going. So during COVID, when we were stuck at home, we also had the thought of like, well, we could just bow out now. No one's going to judge us if we're like, well, we gave it a good 5-month run, but we decided not to, kept it open. And then all this fun recession stuff that nobody's still officially saying we're in a recession, but that's fun.
A lot of people like to claim, like that. You see that clip with the woman on The View? I think it was not Whoopi. It's the redhead. She's like, Biden has made this the best economy yet. People aren't having trouble putting food on the table. And I'm like,
she actually said that?
Yeah. And I was like, are you the dumbest person on the planet? Like,
that's why celebrities should stay out of it, because they're so far removed.
Yes.
Like, was it Taylor Swift yelling at people to just stay home? I'm like, you're in a $2 million penthouse, Taylor. Calm down.
And you're still making money off the sales of your song while you sit there, where other people can't make money if they don't leave their house.
Yes.
Bitch.
Yep.
I think she is the most overrated person on the planet.
But I will also still sing along to most of her songs.
Some. I think some, but like, she's very overrated.
Yeah. I don't know how she got the level of fame that she did.
Daddy's money,
also,
of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Whoa.
No, that's good. So every year our rent goes up for negotiation. Every year he comes up to here. We tell him we're going to go here, and it's been fine. For whatever reason this year, he didn't want to participate, so that's fine.
Can we also say, just because you've shared this and I want to kind of fill in the gaps, that like how much has hair product gone up? Like
more than 20%
for you. So like your overall cost has gone up to be a business owner. Not to mention it's not like people are like, oh, you're the business owner, you take most of the money home. It's like, but you also pay the most.
You don't take most of the money home.
That's what people think is what I'm saying. True, yeah. But like, do you want to touch on
our what is the word? Utilities here. When we started, we're like $600 a month. Mm-hmm. Now they are like $1,500, I think, a month in just utilities. So product has gone up like 30 and in some cases 40%. And then we've only raised our prices 20% because some people just won't pay it or can't, and some people can, and that's great, but it's not going to make up for the middle. So we have tier based too. So that was a different thing. We have 6 levels of stylists and spa. So we knew we could raise everybody 20%. And then as staff members got raises, they would go up to a different level. Their prices would go up. And that way, if a client didn't want to afford like so-and-so's new rate, they could go back down to this level where they're comfortable paying and find a stylist in that. That way there's room to grow. Everyone has a space in the door. For the most part, no matter what you can afford, you just kind of pay by experience. So, but even then, like, we've not raised our prices as much as my costs have gone up, but it's fine because I'm the owner. So like most of my paycheck goes right back into the business, which should in theory pay off later. But, and we were fine waiting. We're fine waiting till the business got to the point that it was when it shut down all those years ago, if everything else was reasonable. But with everything else just going up, it's like, this is not worth me putting my family in a stressful time. I'm not the mom or the wife that I should be because I'm so stressed all the time. So it was one of those. It was nice that God shut the door because we'd been praying about whether we should open or close, or what if he doesn't do this with the rent. Like there were so many what ifs that when the door slammed shut, I was actually, one of the emotions was grateful that I don't have to make that decision. It's like, great, that decision is made for me. So there is part of the feelings of like my wasted 4 years, or, oh, the business failed. But technically, I mean, it didn't fail. We just got priced out of our space.
Yeah.
So, and every year our trajectory wasn't like a huge slope, but every year we've gone up in our overall income. So in theory, everything is going great. But just, I don't know, we just got priced out of our building. We looked at opening up another location somewhere else, but by the time you got the plumbing done, like, yes, we have all the furniture, but it's not just taking this furniture and putting it in a new location. It's, you have to reroute plumbing for the shampoo bowls. You have to just do all these things, sign another lease. And again, this is not the time to be getting into leases you're uncomfortable with. So,
yeah.
So that's where we're at. I'm going to an individual suite, which another one of the emotions that I'm glad I've like gotten peace about, I guess, is I'm not great at balancing business and chair life because I love what I do. So it's not like I come to work and I'm like I know there are some people who own salons in town who are glad to offload their clients. I'm not in that boat yet. I'm sure I will be when my body starts giving out or I can't hunch over people all day. But at this point, I had Tuesdays very specifically blocked for office work only. Don't book clients. I have to do inventory. I have to pay bills. I have to do all these things. And then a client would come in and everyone was booked. I was like, oh, I'll do it. So I know that I'm glad to be doing the thing that I love, and we'll just do it again in a year when I don't have little kids that I'm homeschooling. And I'm just too physically unable to work the hours that I'm working, because I will work open to close and I will blow dry every one of your hairs one hair at a time and have the best day. But your eyelid twitched because you're like, what? Because you hate blow drying your own hair.
I do. But I also feel guilty
and you
when
never
you
let me blow dry your hair.
I just want you to not do that extra work.
But to me, it's not extra work. To me,
I know,
it's
but
like
to me it is,
part.
because I don't like it. So I'm like, I am not going to make her do something that I hate.
Just don't ask me to blow dry my own and we're good. Okay. No. So it's bittersweet. But the other thing is, like, we just went on our cruise that I know you're sick of hearing. I know. But
I've got to edit that stuff.
Happen.
I downloaded all the stuff that Jacob made for us. Mm-hmm. Well, I started the download and it took like 12 hours to download and then it corrupted.
No.
And so I'm just going to come get your house and get it. So that's coming.
Yes.
That stuff's coming,
yes.
by the way.
But little things like the cruise. I am not the default parent. My husband is the default parent, but I am still the mom.
You're mentally
/ woman of the family. Yeah. So when we're going on a cruise, do we have sunscreen? That's not going to give my kids cancer. Do we have enough diapers? Does everybody have the right snacks? Do we have the floaties? And then
the silent to-do list,
all the while I'm thinking I'm going to be gone for a week. What if so-and-so has a perm and we don't have any perm solution? What if they run out of money in the cash register? The internet has been crashing really badly in this building. I'm like, what if the internet crashes and no one knows how to turn it on and no one can check out their clients for a week? So I had 2 full mental lists all while I'm trying to still like do my own clients.
Yeah.
So the mental load, no, there's not ever like an easy time. And yes, there are always going to be things that come up, but the mental load also, if I'm going to vent a little, we're cleaning the bathrooms here. I've gone in after some people and there has been pee on the toilet seat and on the ground and it's like still actively dripping. So I know someone peed on it. And like that was one of the days where like the tip of the eye, like whatever it's like, that was the straw that broke me. I'm like, I have a 4-year-old at home that thinks he's tall enough to stand up and pee now. So I'm cleaning up pee all the time. I would rather clean up the pee from this human that I made than pee from an adult that I did not make. And it's like, all right, it is time. This is, I'm at peace, I shall say.
I don't know if this is freeing for you, but I heard a saying like on a podcast. I think I sent it to you, but I don't think you listened to it. Because again, you don't have time.
Yeah.
But like this myth that like you can have everything and also be like, you can have everything all the time. And you can't you can have everything, just not all at the same time.
Yeah.
So like for you, like running a business and wanting to be a really engaged mom who's and like a good wife and, you know, have vacations and not have the mental load of running a business and caring for how many employees?
At one point it was up to 14, I think.
Yeah. So. And that just weight. And honestly, like the podcast is doing well.
Yeah. Well, that is one that I feel like we have all these meetings and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'll get these out. And then I don't do it. And I feel like a garbage can.
Yeah. But like, here's the thing.
It's also a season. I know, but
yeah. And
it's one of those where in no area of my life do I feel like I'm pulling my own weight. Yeah. Not in the business, not in motherhood, not in podcasts, not in friendship, not in wifehood. So
yeah, you can't be everything for everybody all of the time. And then also when is there time for you?
Yeah.
Because if you're giving to all of these different channels. So,
and poor Jake, I'll usually call him because I leave here by myself most of the time. So I'll call him when I'm locking the door and walking to the car. And then we get in the car and I'm like, I'll call you later. And he's like, wait. And he just like, he's been with the kids all day. So he wants adult conversation. And I'm like, can we just talk when I get home? And he's like, you don't want to talk to me? I'm like, I do, but I have 15 minutes. That's like my only 15-minute window of a day where someone doesn't need me.
Yeah.
So then I feel bad because I know he understands, but it was one of those where I'm like, I felt bad telling him like, I can't talk to you right now, but also I can't talk to you right now or I'm going to be a pill when I get home.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm at peace. I'm going to do the thing that I love in a sweet. Oh yeah. So on the cruise note too, when we left, I'm thinking about all these things. Do they have enough inventory? Do they have enough bleach? Are they going to run out of foil? And, when we were trying to decide where I was going to go, there are a lot of salons like mine where it's like open air, I'll say, where there's a bunch of stations, everyone's working together, but you rent. But all of your color, usually sometimes it's lockers and sometimes it's an honor system where like this is so-and-so shelf and this is your shelf. And it's like if we go on another trip like we did to Wyoming where we're gone for 2 weeks, I don't want to have the thought of, is someone using my color? And even if it's not ill intent, I guess, like, oh, I'll just use this and I'll replace it. Yeah. I just don't want to have to think about someone messing with my stuff. And I did have one of my straighteners broken here. And I know
you're the owner.
And I'm the owner because someone saw my pile of cords fall out of I should put that on the stories, but I have this pile of curling irons and I always think I still need a new one. But when you open my bottom drawer, all of these curling irons and cords fall out. Well, I had an associate who it just really bothered her. And so while I was in Wyoming, she opened my cabinet and was like, I'm just going to clean this out because it's bothering me. And I'm like, that is not your stuff. And she dropped my straightener. And one of my other employees who is no longer my employee, just my friend. So now we can talk. Like, not like you can break that. I'm an employer. I can't say things how I feel. But she was like, yeah, I was here when so-and-so dropped it and broke it. And that was not a cheap straightener. So there's just little things which I'll probably do mini vent sessions over the next few years as things pop in my brain. But all that to say, I'm going into a suite where it's, as long as I pay the rent, it's like 110 square feet. And I'm so excited for that tiny, tiny space because as long as I'm paying my rent, I lock the door and I leave.
Have you guys ever considered that maybe the root cause to your sickness is actually parasites? Because it totally could be. Like those little suckers could be like stealing all your nutrients, which is making you mineral deficient and is causing IBS and acne and cavities and like, you know, cataracts, all the things. Have you ever considered just getting rid of them? Are you going to take it?
No. Oh, sorry. All I could think of was the worm that you posted on Instagram where I was like, yes, deworm yourself and watch our Instagram.
I edited that at like 10:30 at night. It was like
loved it.
I was wheezing to myself because
Why does it have a tongue?
I added that audio separate. I went and found it, edited it, squished it together.
Man. Yes. Get those worms out of you.
This is not the ad I thought it would be. But seriously, it has been life-changing for me. Irene is about to do a parasite cleanse, so we'll keep you updated. But if you go to rogershood.com, check out their parasite cleanse, check out their moldy.
It's a full kit, full instructions, very easy. You don't have to be terrified. They walk you through everything.
You're not going to shit the bed. Like, you're not going to.
If you do and the worms get out, well, it's fine. You guys pick up worms in your bed.
There's no worms in the bed.
That's true. No worms in bed. the SB10. I'll get you something off of your kit. Welcome to us. And nobody else has the key but me and the landlord. So I can be gone for a month and it doesn't matter. As long as the rent's getting paid, no one's in there. So
I'm really excited for you.
me too.
Because, like, you can go, do your thing,
Yeah.
go home.
Yep. Well, like the other day, my front desk guy called in sick. And like, whatever, people get sick. Nobody's at fault. He just got sick. So at that point, I was only supposed to work 12 to 8 that day. And because he called in sick, I then had to work 9 to 8. And then another day, and I don't want this to all be complainy because I am really grateful for things that I've learned. Like there's a lot of things I'm like, okay, well, next time I'll do it this way. So I'm like, okay, I did learn stuff. If I'm thinking next time. But there was another day where my last client canceled it. It was a big color service. So I was done at 3:30 and I still had to hang out here till 8:30 till everyone else was done. So there's going to be a lot of free time. That'll be nice to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Also, I almost rented with my friend so that we could do like split the suite. It would make it like $200 a month cheaper if we split. But then I had the thought, is that me small-minded thinking? Because I already make like, I've definitely ignored YouTube for since I got pregnant with Riker. But I make about $41 a month in ad revenue from YouTube from videos I haven't touched in like 7 years. So I think I'm going to I'm going to do the individual space. So that way, if I do have a 3-hour cancellation, if I'm already scheduled to be away from home, I can crank out some videos and I don't have to think, oh crap, I can't film because so-and-so has a client. So that's ultimately where I decided that the YouTube income from me posting stuff will make up for the money that I would have saved splitting a suite. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Thanks.
I'm excited for you just to be able to like enjoy motherhood again. And like, not that you haven't, but like,
but I can feel my temper with the kids is less nurturing and more. I've already told grown adults the same thing. I don't want to have to tell you, but this kid is 2 or 4 and they don't know any better when an adult should. So I'm all that energy that I should be compassionate and teaching them how to be people. I'm teaching adults how to people. And not employees only, like clients, other people's clients. One lady very aggressively texts the salon that she didn't like her haircut and she's calling an attorney and this is assault. She's been assaulted. And I'm like, do you know what the word assaulted means? And then she's like,
I'll show you what it means.
She's like, I look like a man. And I was in just one of those moods where I'd had it and I wanted to say some not nice things back and I didn't because it's not professional and I wouldn't do that anyways. But it's like, man, I could be dealing with 2-year-old tantrums instead of like Karen level tantrums. So no, I've not been the mom that I wanted to be. So
you're a great mom,
hey,
but like also, I just don't know how you've managed it all thus far.
Lots of tears, lots of candy.
I want you to get to a point, which is none of my business, but like
for sure,
where like you have the energy to like worry about your health. And I don't know, hang out with me selfishly, of course. And I'm proud of you and I'm excited for the things that you're going to do.
Thanks.
You have so much talent. And you're so smart and you're so kind and
Thanks.
This is an important step. I'm proud of you.
I'm excited. I've had lots of emotions, but now I'm just excited.
Yeah.
But also a lot of my top videos have you in it. So I'm going to need your head.
Yeah. Aw, that's fun. Have we ever linked your YouTube channel?
I don't think so. Maybe once a long time ago for something, but that was loud. When I shared our best friend tag on National Best Friends Day, I posted it in the Instagram stories.
Aw.
The very cringy video where we're eating Ben and Jerry's.
I think it's funny. I still think we're funny.
I think we're funny too.
I think it would be great to also
what's her name? Bailey what? Stole my shark onesie?
I don't want to get on.
Somebody famous stole my onesie. There you go.
Not
Someone
famous.
Low grade famous.
Someone with a rich dad.
That is true. Stole my shark onesie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just think me, you, Dave, and Jake are like so equipped then to go into this next season of, because our husbands have a podcast, don't tell them that I'm rooting for them. But, and with our podcast, and we're finding our community.
Yeah.
And
Did you see that post that someone posted on our Instagram?
No.
That I commented? Someone said, it was sweet. She said, man, where was this community 10 years ago? And then I responded, eating Totino's Pizza because we didn't know any better. But we are. We're finding our people, and that's awesome.
Yeah, and I would really love it. Like, I just want to do it more. Like, I want to have more guests. I want to spend more time with you and just be able to build this business together to help also our families like make an income so that, because, you know, you'll be working. What are you going to do? Full-time or part-time?
Transitionally, I think I'm going to have to still be full-time. And then at least I'm guessing January, February. And then which those are slow periods anyways. But once the dust settles, I'm going to slowly start to squish my clients into just Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Then I could have that. I would feel more balanced as a person and a mother and a wife if I was home more days a week than not.
Yeah.
So right now it's 5 and 2.
And if you guys want more kids, that'll be interesting. Yeah.
So then if I did 4 and 3, I would still do the thing. Because I love my kids. And like today when I left the house, my 2-year-old said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to work. I said, I have to leave. She goes, no, don't go to work. I was like, well, just for a little bit and then I'll be home. And then she goes, don't go without me. And so I pretty much leave. I don't even put my makeup on at home because I know I'm going to be crying almost the whole way to work these days because they're at that age where they understand mom's gone. And my son the other day was like, why do you always have to leave us? So, and he said that on the day where I didn't actually have clients myself. I just had to be here because there was no one else to be here. So I was like, it'll be good. But when I'm doing hair and when I'm in the middle of a highlight, I am not thinking about my kids. I love my kids, but like that's the time that I am me, the person. Mm-hmm. It's just all the other business stuff that I'll do one day when the kids are older and when I am older.
And it is not fun being a business owner.
No.
Like if you go hug the entrepreneur in your life because they're not okay.
Yeah.
It's difficult. Yeah.
Which I have a lot of stuff to say on the salon world, which I'm probably going to do more on my personal channel because it's more like hair and business related to that. Okay. But a couple years ago, we went to one of the main in the salon world business motivating blueprint things. And
a coaching thing?
Yeah, like a coaching thing. And Jacob and I honestly left more deflated than and we were looking at the crowd of all these people that seemed so excited. But the margins for a salon owner are like, if everything is correct and everything's actually budgeted and your rent's not doubling, then the percentage you actually take home as the owner is almost nothing, which it's a decent amount if your salon, so this salon that I was at 10 years ago when I was here was pulling in $1.5 million a year. So if you get a small percentage of $1.5 million, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But
when you're still building,
that is me working to put money back.
And you're coming out of a recession and then going into a whole worse recession.
But that's a lot of the owner putting more money in, which there's something I didn't learn. This is going to be a lot of rambling for me on this one. Sorry, guys. Something I didn't know until I had an older lady say, I inherited this client from someone who retired. She said, I know you're not typically supposed to tip the owner, but you give a good head massage, so I'm going to tip you. And I was like, who said you're not supposed to tip the owner? Because that is the only income I take home. But that's something. So tip the owner. They're probably not making any money.
I learned that on Gilmore Girls.
Did you really?
You're not supposed to tip the proprietor, but
ideally the proprietor is making bank, which the employees, this is going to be a lot. I know the employees would probably think, oh, well, they're just taking half of my paycheck and running with it. It's like, no, this place is taking all of my paycheck. So
yeah, it's
just a weird thought. So yes, tip the owner, at least if they're a hair salon, maybe not if they're a bar. I don't know.
But I mean,
don't know. I've got a lot of thoughts. I'll dump it on my own YouTube when I make a business course.
We can also have another live update session about that. But I'm excited for you.
Me too.
Do you feel like?
Yeah, I will feel more like when the stuff is going. When you move somewhere and you think, I don't have a lot of stuff. We're moving out real quick, and then you realize you have 15 moving trucks worth of stuff. So
yeah. We're
starting to sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. And by we, I mean Jacob, because I don't have the patience for the people or the bots. So
yeah.
I'll feel a little bit more relieved when we start pushing stuff out. We sold one chair for $20. out of the 45,000 chairs.
Do
we
not
have in
sell
here.
these chairs. These are mine.
Yes, these are yours.
Please, I want
See
them
on
back home.
Marketplace in 2 weeks.
I literally had that thought yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be the first thing Jacob sells. I'm like, those are mine. Yeah. Well, so that then being said, I can't wait for you to have that, like, hopefully that relaxed moment. And then we'll get you on Parasite Cleanse and it'll be great.
And then I'll get a baby. That's all I want.
Gosh, that's what you want again?
That's all I want.
Shoot. That's all
So
Dave
many
wants too, I
babies.
think.
Really?
I think.
Do it. But give
No.
me a little bit. I need a little time.
I
I
don't.
need a little time and then we
I'm
can have
not-
a baby together.
I want to have a baby together. I'll swing that way. I need a break before nursing. Like again, like I now the things that I think are like a huge accomplishment. Like I see these influencers I follow. Like she's having like this gal, Purely Parsons, she's a great account, a lot of great resources. You should follow her because she has a lot of like holistic stuff. Is pregnant with her 8th kid. Wonderful.
8 is too many for me.
Wonderful. Like
And
I
my
don't
uterus.
have as many kids as you want.
Yeah.
But like, tell me how you have the energy to do that.
Yeah, you have the energy to make that.
Well, no, like making it's fun, but like to actually be pregnant and give birth that many times, and then go through the first year.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, how do you have that energy? Like,
But now that I know it's like when you're in that phase, it's the hardest. And then when you look back, it's like, it wasn't that bad. But now that I'm at the not defiant kid, but like, which good because he was a little bit, I wasn't worried about him, but he was a very good listener, which is wonderful if you're parenting, but not if I'm like, stick it to the man. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, but now that he's telling me no, I'm like, okay, tell somebody else no. Don't tell mommy no.
Yeah.
So now that I'm in this kid phase, I was like, man, I was great with newborns. I don't know how to like kid here, but each phase is so hard when you're in it, and then
and it only lasts for a season.
But now I'm in the phase where I'm like, man, newbornhood was a breeze. Why did I complain? But also,
but it has its own
each
challenges.
season, yeah,
I would say like everyone always warned like, oh, like the newborn phase is the hardest. Like I found that to be the easiest phase. Like the first 6 months were a breeze.
Yeah.
After that, it's a little more challenging. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know how we got on this topic, but
yeah.
keep your legs closed, Irene, just for a little bit. Like give yourself like a break to like
sleep,
like,
but
go
not
into like a
sleep.
rehab, like not rehab, but like a restorative phase of like,
Yeah, I need to rest.
like yes, 6 months, whatever, to like regulate out of this and kind of let the dust settle.
Yeah,
Do some parasite cleansing, some liver work.
I told Jacob March or May, but no April, because if my brain was quickly mathing backwards, I don't want a Christmas baby. So I was like, all right, at
Are you
least
kidding
by
me?
May.
If I don't have to go to Christmas. Nope.
I was like, by May, give me a baby on your birthday. And he was like, please go away. You're so uncomfortable. So that's where
so
we're at.
weird.
That gives me 6 or 7 months to,
Yeah.
like sleep. Not even sleep, but like,
Sleep and heal
Rest.
and hang out with your kiddos
Yeah.
and up your magnesium. Like,
yeah,
because your morning sickness was,
lots of fun.
yeah. So it would be interesting podcasting with you.
We podcast at night. It's fine.
Yeah. But I'm excited. So that means that the set is then going to change because
Yes.
she's moving buildings and we record in the basement of her salon. So we're we're going to move it to our guest
Yes.
room. Is that the final decision, right?
I think so. Unless something miraculously pops up for like $2 a month.
I kind of thought it's going to be kind of challenging to be like, Leo, stay in here while mom goes out here, but I might have to
But
see.
not if the guys are there.
Yeah. So we have a room in our house, our spare room that is / acting as a storage right now that we're going to revamp. So so that all being said, we're going to try to batch record as much as we can right now. So send in your podcast
Yeah.
request and people you want on. But there might be a couple episodes where we are doing like not the Zoom, but like kind of like the Zoom
Yeah.
ones where we're both in our own house before we can get it. Because that room currently is literally under construction. If you guys would like us to like document us building the room,
That'd be fun.
maybe we can even just do it on Instagram and not like make it a fully edited video.
Yeah.
Just let us know. But
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I'm excited.
You did hard thing for a long time.
Yep.
And as like, you know, not according to the ladies on The View, but like as things are getting more expensive, like
Yeah.
my Costco
I'm
bill jumped that
baffled.
much. Huh?
I'm still baffled that she would ever say that.
Yeah. And like we're on one income. And so we are strategic with our money.
Right.
The things that go, like the things I'm like, okay, what can I do? Is like I drop my makeup, my like you know, more bougie hair products, like
Yeah.
things to like just cut
You
corners.
know I get you those at cost. Don't use basic hair products.
Put your shoulders down.
Not even Dave uses the drugstore stuff.
Oh, I know. I'm
peeking myself out.
I just don't buy
I
them
know
and
you
don't
don't.
use them.
You know who does?
Who?
Your husband.
Okay, here I have to talk to you about whatever hairspray you gave him this last time.
Do you hate it?
It is so fragrant.
Which
It
one?
like permeates down the stairs and oozes into the living room. It has too much fragrance. I don't know. I think it's one of the
Is it
Amica.
red? Oh yeah. That was the only firm hold we had.
I can like taste
And the man
it.
can't have a soft hold. He just can't.
Don't talk
He has
about
too
my
much of
husband.
a His hair's too floopy.
I just spit all over you, by the way. Yeah, he has too nice a hair, but lovely hair because of you.
Thanks.
But
It's just straight as a board, and if
I
he doesn't
need-
have a firm hold hairspray, it's gonna fall.
yeah, well, anything else with your update?
That's it.
So we're going to be transitioning into a different season, and
Yep.
everybody, if you feel like it, not feel like it, pray for Irene during this transition
Thanks.
season.
I still am a lot of stressed. I live off of candy, and I've had this much water today. No, I may have had this much water today,
Irene,
and only candy and rice for dinner.
candy? Why do you buy candy? Like, why do you buy it?
The salon buys candy for the customers because they like it.
Oh, okay.
And then I go pick out the Reese's and the Snickers and survive off those.
Okay. Do we need
Do
to
as
like
I say,
stock
not
the-
as I do.
But you're in distress, so like you're not.
severe distress.
Yeah.
But like I'm at the end of the marathon and I can see the finish line. I just gotta like coast and not collapse until then. So yeah.
Do you think you need some therapy after this?
Oh, definitely. But it's a topic for another day.
Do you want to just work it out through the podcast?
Probably. No, that's one of those like, yes, I need to, but also I'm so overflowed right now that I can't even think about therapy, but like it's all gonna change soon.
Mhm.
So
It's not
Yeah.
gonna last forever.
no. And I can do hard things for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not that much longer, but a little bit longer.
So if you think about it through your week, send Irene a prayer, send her a message on Instagram telling her she's doing an
Thanks.
awesome job during this transition period for the next couple months.
Yeah. Well, I get the keys December 5th to the
Okay.
new place. So
You should document on probably your personal Instagram,
Yeah.
but you can
I could do both.
You can say like, hey, look, I'm on my Instagram. Come
well, and the
follow me.
weird thing, the good thing, well, this place is a little overpriced in my opinion, but also I'm viewing it as it's a good private studio. So I'm trying not to get like in my money head about that, but you can paint the walls. So when Jaden, who's moving there with me, and I were like, well, what do we do about paint? When can we get in? Because you start paying when you take clients. So it's like, okay, well, do I have to pay for this week that is painting, or do I pay all the questions? And when can I get in? Whatever. And they don't want you painting. So it's a flat rate. It covers utilities, internet. There's a public bathroom that I don't have to clean. But they don't want you painting or hanging your own stuff. So I just walk in and say, paint this, that color. And then I walk away. And I'm like, I have not done that. I don't think ever in my life have I not painted or constructed my own place. So
Yeah.
that alone is a huge rest for me.
Yeah.
So once I get the keys, I drop off a gallon of paint and then I walk away. And then I'll take from here what I want because I'll have more than enough decor to make it super cute and then sell everything else.
So let me buy stuff.
Okay. Take this roll.
We probably need to take some. Can we take some stuff for
Yeah.
for the podcast review?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll discuss off camera. but
Yay.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I'm excited for this new season.
Thanks. Me too.
I can't wait for you to like refill your tank.
Me too. It's like you don't realize it's been empty until you see the end in sight, and it's like, oh, this is
I think you're in like a fill up season.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
instead of a draining, we're gonna
Yes.
fill up your cup.
I'm excited about it.
Damn it, we're gonna knit together. Well, crochet, knit.
Yes. Someone's getting at least half of a booty. What are they called? Not booty. That's a baby one. Someone's getting half of a slipper for Christmas.
I need a whole booty. Have you ever seen one? Like, my gosh.
Yes.
You don't have to make me anything. I'd rather just spend time with you or like
Yeah.
go grocery shopping or something together.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thanks for being with us today. Follow us on Instagram at underthesun_podcast. We'd love to meet you.
Please help us out by subscribing on YouTube and leaving a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We'll see you next time. Please remember this information is made available to you for informational and educational purposes only. It is in no way a substitute for medical advice.